Right, start of yet another week. So about 9 o'clock now, Monday evening, and it's starting to sort of get dark. So yeah, the nights are definitely drawing in, aren't they? Yeah. So today date is it's Monday. Week commencing Monday, 9th of August, 2021. Of course. I'm only going to be doing 4 days on a run this week, Monday to Thursday, because Friday and into the weekend I'm away for a stag do, which is going to be interesting because I haven't had like a proper night out, let alone like a weekend away. Getting going to be a lot of heavy drinking in like a long time, like way before COVID. So yeah, got to get some work done before then. Anyway, so as normal, the fuel card prices. So the UK fuels one, which is a Shell card for UK fuels, is 104.20, which is the one I'm going to use this week because it's cheapest to say. So it's 125.04. Call it 125, including the VAT. Still pretty good. And it's at least like 10 pence off what I'm seeing at the pump for branded fuel, and supermarket fuel stuff is, not not still a fair bit cheaper than that, I reckon. And my other one, which I've not used for a while, the BWC or BWOC, which is their control for diesel card, that's 104.51. So they've improved their price from last week by 1.5 pence. He did ring me up. I just said to him, yeah, you're just not competitive again. Being beaten on price, so he has dropped it down, but it's still not low enough. And the Shell one's easy to use, so I'm going to stick with the Shell one for now. So that's the price. This morning I actually had a job booked in from last week. So on Friday I managed to book a job in. It was picking up 6 miles from my home at 8:30. 3 drops, 1 OX postcode, OX2, but actually turned out to be OX9, but that was easier. It wasn't like central Oxford, it was just off the M40. It's actually worked out quite well. NW4 in London, which is sort of just off of the North Circular. And then DA4, so Dartford area. Picked up some sort of flat roofing supplies. First 2 drops were high schools, obviously having their flat roofs redone during the summer holidays. And then the last one was just, a roofing supply sort of wholesaler shop specialist in the Dartford area. So that was alright. One of these jobs where they put the price on. He said pays 165, and it said it was 182 miles, and I was 6 miles from it. So I worked out that's okay, even with the drops. I thought it's going to get me going Monday morning, 8:30. I've got something to actually be up for. And with it being a 4-day week, I thought, try and get going slightly early on the Monday. So that worked out all right in the end. Really quick load, quick tips, pretty sound guys delivered to. So I think that was about 5.5 hours on the job. So if it was 6 hours, £25 an hour is 150. I got 165 for it. So even with the 3 drops, it worked out pretty well. And the route I took was actually a bit shorter because I went through the Blackwall Tunnel instead of going along and then over the Dartford crossing, which would have saved like 3 minutes or something. But it would have been a lot more miles, and I would have paid the charge for £2.60 for the Dartford crossing. So I just went under the Blackwall Tunnel. Yeah, traffic through London wasn't too bad really today. None of them stupid things I had last week, which give me a penalty charge notice. But anyway, more on that possibly in the future. From there, feed wasn't massively busy really, considering I was getting notifications from most of London from there. Getting jobs ping up for Heathrow area, West London. So I was getting probably the whole, and Essex and all sorts. Don't get me wrong, there's a steady stream of jobs coming in, but not really as busy. Maybe it's just because it was Monday. Started to think, am I going to struggle to get a job here? And in the end, I got a job. I was very surprised to get it. It was 142 miles loaded, small van. I bid 133 for it. But it was in Chelmsford, Essex. No, not Chelmsford. I'll put on the screen. I always get these mixed up. Brentwood. Brentwood it was, Essex. So I was like 20-something miles from it. So even at 133, it wasn't my target of 85 pence a mile or miles, but just happy to get it. And it got me north. It was going to Nottingham. Turned out to be a private hospital pickup, picking some samples up from pathology and taking them to a close to I'm on the outskirts of Nottingham now. Delivered it to some bioscience type lab place, obviously where they're going to be analysed. And that was that. Straightforward drive up, tipped, went to a chippy. I mentioned before I'm celiac, so I can't eat gluten, which is right pain when I'm on the run, because I have to make sure I get, gluten-free sandwiches and stuff. Can't just eat any old sandwich from any old garage and all that stuff. And in the evenings it's a pain, so I normally get like chips from a chippy, even though they could be, using the same oil for batter with fish and stuff. It's just, I can't really avoid that. But this chippy I went into, they actually had gluten-free on Monday and Thursdays. Obviously Monday today, so I asked them about that, and he says, yeah, well, Mondays they use different batter and stuff. So yeah, I had a proper fish and chips, cod and chips with gluten-free batter and things, so pretty stuffed now. But yeah, it was good, really good. That was a bonus, and so between them two jobs, close to 300 quid for the day. That's a pretty good start to the week. Yeah, that was the day. Right, a rare mid-afternoon update. So yeah, I've got a bit of time to kill, so it's about 2:30. This morning, so I was obviously at home last night. Yeah, a bit lazy, a bit late getting going this morning, but I did go for a run. I thought I'd take the opportunity to go for a run, and then get showered at home, obviously, of course, all fresh, leaving the house. So I didn't start looking for a job until 9:15, but got a job within like 10 minutes. It was picking up Oldbury, which was like 6 miles from where I was, 156 miles down to near Ipswich. It's an IP postcode, but it's kind of like to the northwest of Ipswich. Still like 20-minute drive from here to Ipswich. Went in at 156, £1 a mile on quite a longish job. Got it because I thought, it's slightly out the way. If I'm going to go there, it needs to be for reasonable, better money, and not really going to be probably less people bidding for a job going somewhere like that. Yeah, got it straight away. So I was going really quick. Slightly interesting one. It's picked up from a company I've seen before. Various. Just wait a sec. I'm coming back again. Not sure if I should be filming anything where I'm stood now, but anyway, I got that. It was a company I've seen before. Didn't really know what they do, but apparently they do attachments for, plants, excavators, forklifts and stuff. I was booked as a long wheelbase job, and I picked it up. It was one attachment, so it was like a fork attachment, but it goes on an 8-ton excavator, like digger. Yeah, it only weighed 250 kilograms, really quick load, quick tip on this one. Just tipped to a building site where they're building like maybe a dozen or so little houses, bungalows. And again, back again, yeah, so just tipped to building site. Got it off with their telehandler, quick smart. So this is like a classic long job when it works out, pays well, because that's 20 minutes from a pickup, 6 miles, quick load, quick tip, good roads on the way down here mostly. Bit boring down the M6 and A14, but all motorway dual carriageway, apart from like the last maybe 15 miles, which was cross country to get to where I am now. But yeah, all in, this job was, from getting it to tipping it, was probably slightly less than 4 hours and 156 quid. So that's like £40 an hour. So I try and do a minimum of 25 from when I get the job to when I tip it and finish the paperwork, scanning the invoice, scanning the pod and all that stuff. But yeah, sometimes you do get up to like £40 an hour, which is nice. It put me here now. It's kind of, don't know what the town's called, but I'm right next to, the tip's right next to a big airfield. Don't know what it's called. It's just like a path going around the perimeter fence, so I'm just having a bit of a stroll. I used some of the dead time to yeah, there's a guy over there in camo. It's, you know, chased up a few things, book a dentist appointment, that kind of stuff, because it's hard to get that stuff in. Yeah, Wednesday evening now. So I went for a stroll around that airfield, and it was quite obvious it was like somewhere where they store armaments, explosive, I think, because you could see in the background there some like with domes, like sort of dome hangers you normally get in these MOD airfields and stuff, but they were like not your normal tin roof ones. They're like proper full concrete, funny looking things. Yeah, so I think, and there's like loads of vents on the top of each one, like air vents, and then there was like no smoking signs all around them and stuff. So yeah, just wasn't sure. I should have been filming it, so I didn't bother filming anymore there. Yeah, so I'd done that job anyway. Not a lot pinging up that part of the world. I thought it would be like better than say Norwich, because you're not far from Ipswich and then Chelmsford, Colchester, that kind of thing. Not a million miles from Bury St Edmunds and stuff like that. But it was fairly slow down there. So I left it like 45 minutes maybe, and then a job pinged up from Haverhill, which is quite far. Well, it's like 27 miles away, which was 50 minutes because it was all nice winding roads to get there when I got the job. And then it was going up to Grantham, where I am now, and that's the car park. So it was 91 miles loaded. I went in at 97 quid. Because it was 27 miles to get there, that's lower than 85 pence a mile, but I'd done alright on that first morning job, and I thought it gets me out of here. And the only downside of it was, so I probably got this booked in, finished that last job at 1, I probably got this job booked in like 1:45, and it wasn't picking up till 4, and I was 15 minutes away from it. But I thought, it doesn't matter, you know, it's still with 97 quid and 165, still, you know, a reasonable day. Gets me out of this area. Grantham isn't the best of areas, but it's probably better than where I was. It's not far from Newark-on-Trent. Grantham itself, Nottingham's a bit of a stretch from here, but yeah, over out into Lincolnshire as well, where there's not many vans. Might pick up a job in there in the morning. Yeah, and it turned up to the collection. This one was pick up between 4 and half 4, so I had quite a wait to get to it before I could collect it. And then it was going to Grantham, obviously, ASAP. Turned up, loaded. It was like shelving unit parts. It's like some metal frames and some pieces of glass and some like laminated shelving, woody things. All loaded in, all strapped up. Guy goes and brings me the paperwork, and he says, yeah, there's your paperwork, there's your address you're going to, name and contact number, yeah, delivery at 7:30. And I was like, 7:30, I thought it was just straight through. And he's like, no, 7:30. So okay, so what I did there in this situation was, they're already loaded obviously, drove around the corner, rang the shipper, couldn't get through to him initially, which was annoying, but got through eventually after like 10-15 minutes. Explained the situation, and she was like, oh yeah, I don't know why that was put on as ASAP. We did the same job exactly the same yesterday, take them some stuff, yeah, and it was 7:30. So basically it was a shipper's cock up. So I says, well, I'm going to get there about 6, so if I have to wait till 7:30, obviously there'll be some waiting time. Kind of, when you explain the situation to shippers and stuff, you're kind of hoping they're going to say, oh, don't worry, yeah, we'll obviously sort you out with waiting time. But this is one where, you know, you kind of like dropping hints kind of thing, and then in the end you just have to say, well, if I'm waiting for an hour and a half, there'll be extra waiting charges. And then like, oh yeah, well, just see how you get on, hopefully they'll take it when you get there. You know, the shop might take it even if the fitters aren't there. So yeah, I did get up here for 6 or just after, and the fitter was actually already on site, so yeah, no stress in the end. But yeah, that was a bit of a unpleasant surprise when he told me that. But anyway, yeah, it was a real quick tip. But another one where they pretty much just left me to it. It was like yesterday with the food. You know, I empty the van like 90% empty, and then one of them comes over and goes, "Oh yeah, do you want a hand emptying?" Right, go on then. He did come over to help unload the one awkward bit, big metal frame. So that was that. So yeah, I've just had a bit of a stroll around Grantham. Had some special fried rice at a Chinese, not the best to be honest. Yeah, so that is it. So I'm ahead of schedule money wise for only doing 4 days this week. So tomorrow, even though it's Thursday, is effectively my Friday. So I'll be looking to get home. Got to do just over 80 quid to make sure I hit my sort of minimum earnings target for the week. Yeah, so I'm kind of East Midlands here ish, sort of like right to the east of it maybe. I need to stay around the Midlands and get back towards the West Midlands. So that is Wednesday. So yeah, Thursday afternoon now, 3 o'clock, just parked outside the house. So a nice early finish today being my last day on the run. So like I say, I'm not working on a Friday because I'm away at Stag Do this weekend. So target this morning was to make my way back from Grantham to get home, and because I was ahead of schedule money wise, I just had to do 82 quid and get home without doing too many dead miles. That was today's mission, if you like, which is generally our last day of the week. That is the mission: get home without too many dead miles and make sure you've kind of reached my target anyway. And it went really well today, so I did 3 jobs. Can't remember exactly when I got it. I was up for about an hour before I got it, maybe less actually. Job from Newark, so it was a bit of a drive, 17 miles up the road or something, and it was 40 miles. The job, it was down as a medium wheelbase job, but then it said in the notes 100 kilograms of salt, and when I turned up it was just 4 25 kilogram bags of salt, so it could have gone on a small van. So yeah, it was picking up from one, I want to say bakery, but really it isn't. It's like a food factory really. Somebody's, you know, it's not like that makes desserts by the sounds of it. Picked up from their big place in Newark-on-Trent, took it to their Leicester factory, like an intercompany transfer. Also, like I say, it was just over, about just under 60 miles, and I went in at 55 quid because I thought it's getting me closer to home. Forget £1 a mile, happy with that. So got that on, quick load, quick tip, easy run on the roads. Got it tipped in Leicester, LE2, so pretty central to Leicester. And then the feed was, yeah, crazy busy to be honest, that part of the world today. You know, like, it's hard to even keep up with it. And there was a job that was posted. It was only a 10-mile long wheelbase job, and I was 6 miles from it or something like that. So I went in at 50 quid thinking that's a bit rich, but I don't mind doing it because it's, if I get it for that, because it's not to get me closer to home, but it'll be loads of, you know, really good rate per mile, and that kind of like pays for me to get home if I have to do dead miles. So they actually rejected my bid at 50 quid. They actually went to the effort of rejecting it. So you can see this sometimes in the jobs feed, it'll say in red right in your bid of 60 pound, for your bid of £50 was unsuccessful. So the job's still available, but they've rejected my bid, rather than just giving it to somebody else and then you just know you haven't got it. And then the job was posted again, and it said in a description, not cat. And I thought, what the hell does that mean, not cat? And I thought, well, cat, maybe cat is Caterpillar. And I know Caterpillar do manufacture stuff in the UK, because I've seen when I've gone to do pickups for other places, you know, stillages and stuff with Caterpillar and cat on them. And that was exactly what it was. So anyway, I went back in again at 45. I thought, I'm not doing it for 40 because it's not really getting me closer to home. That's the aim of the game today. 45 quid, didn't get it straight away, but after 10 minutes it rang me and gave me it. Yeah, so I went to pick up. It was from one signage place where I picked up long strips of plastic, just an industrial estate at a small unit, and I delivered it to LE9, was it, or something, to another kind of signage sort of printing place. similar kind of size, smaller unit on an industrial estate. So that actually worked out. It was actually 8 miles a job, so 14 miles in total for 45 quid. So that's really good pounds per mile. Not pence per mile then, is it? It's pounds per mile. It's over £2 a mile. Got that tip, packed up, ate my lunch, sandwich I'd gotten this morning. And then a job pinged up from Rugby, which was quite far from, to 36 miles, small van job, to Walsall. And I thought, well, that's pretty much getting me home. So I went in at 40 quid, which is less than 85 pence a mile, all miles, but having done good money already so far, good pence per mile so far today, got the job anyway. Went and picked it up from a big unit this time, an industrial estate. It was one computer, I think it was a laptop, and I delivered it to a private address. Thank God she was in, and it was 1.5 miles from home, so that's a result. Today's mission was successful, so I got within 1.5 miles of home. Yeah, so that's good. Just worked out my pence per mile. I don't normally say my pence per mile per day, but it's actually £1.09 for today. And I had to do 82 quid to meet target, and I've done 150. Or was it 140? I think it might be 140, but not a great day. But I finished at 3 o'clock and I got home. I know I'm never going to, when I'm trying to get home at the end of my week, I know I'm unlikely to earn, the same money I normally do. So, my target is less. So I like to be ahead of schedule before like Thursday or Wednesday, as in this case. So that was a week, successful. Just the summary to follow. But yeah, pretty reasonable week for a 4-day week. But yeah, more later. Right, yeah, update for the week. I normally do it on the weekend, don't I? Saturday or Sunday, and post it sort of by Sunday, but because I was away this weekend at a stag do and I was pretty hungover yesterday, still a bit rough today on the Monday. Yeah, I didn't get around to filming it yesterday, just a bit busy, and yeah, didn't really have the energy, but I'll get it done now, and I'll try and get this loaded tonight, so it's not massively late. So yeah, it was 4 days on the week because I was off on the Friday, so I did Monday to Thursday. So I think I spent every night. No, I spent one night at home, I believe. Was it? Yeah, the Tuesday night I think I got home. So the other 2 nights were in the van. So Monday, 2 jobs, 165,133, which is 298, which is a good solid day. Tuesday, 97 and 150, which is 247 for the day, another good day. Wednesday, 156 and 97, 253. The 3 solid days to start. So I was quite ahead of schedule then. And then on a Thursday, it was just 50, 45 and 40, which is 140. Got me home about 3 o'clock. As I said in the video, don't tend to earn as much on the last day of the week when I'm trying to get home, just because it's less flexible. So total for the week, 938, which is an average of £234.50 a day. So I'm trying to do, my target is to do at least 220 per day on average over the week. So ahead of that, I do find for doing a 5-day week, I've got 4 totally flexible days and then 1 day of trying to get home. Whereas if I do like a 4-day week, or especially a 3-day week, I've got 2 days where I'm really flexible and then 1 day when I'm trying to get home. So yeah, it's a bit of sort of compromise. So that's why for me, I have to do at least, the way I work, going on the run and trumping, I have to do really at least 3 days, doing like 1 day out, 3, and then just trying to get home the second day. Yeah, just don't earn as much doing it like that. So total miles all week for leaving on the Monday to getting back on a Thursday evening, 1,017, which is an all miles pence per mile of 92.2 pence a mile. So additional costs this week, I did that for tunnel once. Yeah, it was a tunnel, so it was going north through the river, going anti-clockwise around 25 and 25. So after the VAT bonus, because I'm on a flat rate scheme, and then minus my costs, my normal cost, I'm then extra £2.60, comes to approximately £625 pounds before tax, which is just national insurance and income tax, because I'm national insurance and income tax, because I'm a sole trader, which is £155 a day, which I'm happy with. So that was the week. Yeah, it was pretty happy with it for a 4-day week. Pretty busy. Didn't go anywhere like particularly interesting this week or anything, but you know, it's just a solid 4 days. Got home one of the 3 nights, so that's a bonus. Not a great deal to say about it other than that, really. Pretty busy to feed now. I haven't done my little search for a while. I'll try and do that this week. Coming when I'm on the run, which will be from tomorrow. But as ever, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Apparently it does help if you give the thumbs up and stuff. It does sort of, more people like to see the video, it'll like suggest the video to more people. The more people that watch it, the more likely you're going to get people commenting and stuff, which is interesting for me, but also people give good tips in the comments, which others will read, not just myself. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.